Hi guys, so I wanted to talk about how I organize my 5th grader with homeschooling BJU Press Heritage Studies. This course has a lot of different components to it that the student has to manage. We have chosen to do the DL courses, so like if you're doing DVD or DL or even just parent-led, there are a lot of different components to making this the best experience possible for maximum learning. So this is how we tackled this subject. This is the Heritage Studies 5 student textbook. I have not done anything to this. It's a standalone textbook. I will be teaching them how to highlight for information, but that's as far as I'm going to do with this. This is just going to stand alone. Every time you have a subject course, normally you have a textbook and then a work text. And with Heritage Studies 5, you do have that. And if you're doing like a DVD course or a DL course, you have a few extra things that are also thrown into the mix. So what I did was I took the work text and I dismantled it. And I put it into a 3-ring binder. I had thought about spiral binding, but there's a whole set of complications with that. And so this honestly was the best way that I thought of to do this. It's also something that I can reuse from year to year because I can just take out the inserts and change the subject. Alright, so for Heritage Studies 5, we are a DL family, meaning we have classes that my kids log into on the internet. And again, this is BJU Press materials. So in his 3-ring binder, it's a 2-inch 3-ring binder, I have included a red removable folder. And in this folder, I have put inside of it all of the additional handouts that he will need for this chapter of reading that he's doing and learning. Behind that red folder, I have put the video lesson guides. Okay, and so the video lesson guide, if you're not a DL or DVD family, all it is that every single day it is organized so that your student knows exactly for that day, the assignment, the materials needed, the topic being learned about, etc. We are a DL family, meaning that my children do their classes online. So while we don't use that component that often because they check it off in their classes online, when we do not have internet access, this is very handy because we can still know exactly what needs to be done for that day. And like traveling in the car, doctor's appointments, it's fantastic. There's no reason to not still get our daily work done. Okay, so behind that section are these additional handouts. If you are doing a DVD course or a DL course, your kit will come with additional handouts. These are the handouts that are designed to give a little extra learning opportunity, and that's what I put into this folder. So if you're parent-led, you probably didn't receive these. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think that you do. And here is the work text. I dismantled the work text. What was involved in that was I tore out each sheet. They're perforated to begin with. And then I went and I hole punched everything because they are not pre-hole punched. Your grammar and literature classes, the younger grades, those are hole punched for you. Heritage Studies is not. So I had to do that. I also decided that for my student, I would go and do a little extra step, and this is where I think could be helpful for you to know about, is that I laminated with I have a little miniature self-laminator. It's a super cheap thing, but it comes in really handy. And what I did is I laminated all of the study guides for every chapter. And the reason why this was beneficial is that we can work with a dry erase pen, and I just erased a few things, and we can come back and we can review concepts and review ideas and really make sure that not only has he read about it and we've talked about it and we've learned about it, but we've gone back. And like this particular summary, chapter review, was done earlier on in the chapter because there were several sections that had these. And so when it came time at the end to assess, what has he retained and what does he know, it had been a while since he'd seen that. So we went back, and that was really, really helpful. Another thing that I did is I laminated anything that had a map on it. So this kind of thing. Because when you turn it over, and I added a few additional sheets. Again, a study guide. These maps that are like this, where you have to go in and label the states or the colonies or whatever, it was really nice that we could go back and do it over and over and just really cement that concept into memory. So I laminated the study guides, maps, and then in 5th grade, they're also learning the states and the capitals. And at the end of 5th grade, there is a culmination review or test that covers not only every state and every capital, but knowing, which go together, of course. And then they're going to also look at another map that's just numbers everywhere. And knowing that, like, number 1 is New York and number 2 is California. Like, being able to really understand the geography of our country. And so I laminated those so we could go back and review, because he's learning them in chunks throughout the year. But it's at the end of the year that you have to be able to know all of it together. So it made sense to me that if I laminated it, then we could always go back and return to it. So that's one reason why I like lamination. Another reason that it's going to be beneficial is that if you have younger students and you know that you're going to be coming back to Heritage Studies 5 in the future, when you go to take apart that child's workbook, the sheets that are laminated, you can just file those in there and then, remove the paper copies or keep them for extra practice or whatever you would like. So that it's something that you can use over and over again, but also it's like a future thought that this could be something easier the next time around for myself. The other thing that I laminated was he's also going to be learning about the presidents. And so he's going to be learning about these presidents in kind of chunks of time periods. And so I laminated those sheets because if we're taking the time to actually read it and learn about it, even though I did not notice that there was a culmination exam, if you will, of all the presidents, if we're going to take the time throughout the year to learn it, then I really want him to know it. So we are going to work even harder just to make sure that the learning is not something that he's learned for a moment and spits out and then forgets. Like I want to lock it in. I want it to become a part of his understanding of Heritage Studies 5 and how it relates to his world. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer it. This is my 3rd child in Heritage Studies 5. This is the first child in Heritage Studies 5 that was not just parent-led, and so I felt like we had a lot more to manage, and that's what led to this. And I hope that's helpful. Y'all have a great day.